Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my studio as we recap the Oklahoma City Thunder's Game 4 victory in Minnesota against the Timberwolves. And finally, in this series, we got a good game. We got a nail biter. It was close down the stretch. And this Oklahoma City team is just getting better, it looks like. So, in the beginning of these playoffs, the big question with them was, are they experienced enough? Is there a clear number two? Can Jalen Williams be that guy to help out SGA? And well, in last night's game, he proved that he could be. He came through. He hit big shots at the end. I'm going to take a look at a couple plays here that I thought were really the biggest and most key moments of the game. I was at this game, so I was able to watch it down the stretch. And the Timberwolves just kept knocking on the door, but they couldn't get any stops. And part of it was because the OKC Thunder, their young nucleus, that big three of SGA, J Dub, and Chet Holmgren, who played pretty well last night as well, they came through and they kept hitting timely buckets to keep the Wolves at a pretty good distance. They did their whole foul game at the end, didn't allow the Wolves to shoot any threes to try to tie it up. And this time, unlike that time against the Denver Nuggets, it paid off. They made the free throws, except for SGA missing one, but it didn't. It wasn't really a costly one, and he made a whole bunch of other free throws. And really, with the Wolves, to be honest, they they played hard. They were in this game, and I don't really fault them at all. In reality, sometimes there's only so much you can do when you're playing such a talented squad. Uh, the Thunder have just been built really as I mean, they're a super deep team. Their top guys are you can sense it. They're kind of starting to really hit that prime all around the same time. It's a very well built team, and ultimately, it just this is what happens. Sometimes the better team just ends up winning the game. And last night, yes, Anthony Edwards didn't have a huge night. Yes, Julius Randle, you could say, struggled, but ultimately, look at the team they're playing against. Yeah, Julius Randle is struggling, but most players would struggle if they had to go up against this Oklahoma City powerhouse. I mean, the basket, the lanes are shut down with Isaiah Harkenstein and Chet Holmgren. Those are some huge guys down there waiting to meet you at the rim. And then the perimeter defenders are great too. Alex Caruso's not even really a starter on this team, and he's a top-notch defender. You got Lou Dort. J-Dub's not bad. I mean, they just keep coming at you. So again, just an overall, well played game, I would say. But the better team just sometimes wins, and this is the stretch that I'm talking about. The questions coming into this were can J Dub be essentially it was J Dub who the pressure was on? Can he be that number two for SGA? And this is the sequence I'm talking about. Let's take a look. That shot was crucial. That shot took some breath out of that arena when it looked like the Wolves were making a comeback. Here they go. Ant also finding DiVincenzo. Like I said, Ant played fine. I mean, that's a wide open three. 4-point game. The crowd was right back into it. And then J Dub, I mean, if he's going to do this and he's going to be reliable like this, look at this. Bang. If he's going to be able to do that, this OKC team is going to win it all. I mean, if that's the kind of game and that's the kind of expectations you can start putting on J Dub, I don't see how anyone's beating this Thunder team. And frankly, I don't know how the league is going to keep up with this Thunder team moving forward. They've got a whole bunch of assets for the future as well. And again, these guys are so young. They're just now really entering their prime. So it's way too early to say this, but if you told me 5 years from now that we're staring at an OKC dynasty, I wouldn't be surprised. So, I mean, ultimately, Shea, 40 points for Shea. He played great. You knew he would bounce back. And this is the thing. He took 30 shots. So it's not even like he didn't shoot he didn't shoot bad. He had 43% from the field, which is pretty good, but he went 13 for 30. But he was aggressive and he, picked the spots, but he wanted to send a message. He was here to play. He came out firing, and it wasn't just like he was just shooting. He had 10 assists, he had 9 rebounds, and like I said, J Dub 34 points, 24 shots. So he was aggressive as well. On the other side, Ant only took 13 shots. He didn't lead his team in field goal attempts. Jaden McDaniels had 15, and Nikhil Alexander Walker had 15. And both of those guys shot well from the field, 9 for 15 for both of those. So, 23 points for Alexander Walker, 22 for Jaden McDaniels. So the role guys played well for the Timberwolves, and Ant, only finished with 16 points and 6 assists. But, watching the highlights back and looking at this game, I didn't think he really played bad. There's just not much there for him. He can be super aggressive, but he might go 8 for 30 shooting, and that's not better for his team. And they might have gotten routed instead, and it might have been a blowout. So ultimately, Randall, same thing, 1 for 7. I mean, I'd rather have 3 for 6 if that's going to be the case, because the shots are just not there. It's, as much as we want to criticize these guys for not really being aggressive or doing enough, you got to give credit to the Thunder and their defense as well. Clearly, Ant's number 1 and Randall's number 2 on the priority list. And they're keying in on those guys and not letting them go off, which is why DiVincenzo can also have 21 points. But ultimately, I mean, this series, finally, we got a good game. But it's tough to see how this goes moving forward, and not seeing the Thunder essentially, take care of business. And honestly, even in the finals, it'll be tough for whoever they end up facing if they get there. We'll talk about that if and when they advance. And we'll see how Minnesota bounces back. Ant might be super aggressive, and maybe Coach Finch is able to figure some things out to help him out. But I'm not all about him just going out there and forcing everything. Ultimately, you got to take what the game's giving you. Yes, be aggressive as well and try to get to the line and all that stuff. But, if you're being doubled, the right play is the right play. And if you don't play that way, I mean, you can just chuck shots up, but it might not end up working for you. So, or your team. So ultimately, he did the right thing, in my opinion, to keep his teammates involved. And we'll see how that plays out in game 5. All right, that's it for this. I'm going to go and try to catch some of game 4 of the Knicks and Pacers, and we'll see how that one ends up being. That series looks like it'll be a good game 4, and we'll see how that plays out. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.